Alright, what's going on, everyone? We are painting today. So I wanted to paint the other day, but I'm in the process of moving and I wasn't able to get my laptop charger. So I was kind of like slacking on painting because I couldn't find a charger. And I didn't have a reference, and I just had a painting that I want to work on, but why should I let that stop me, right? Why should I let not having reference photos on my laptop stop me from painting? It should not. It should not be something that stops me. But honestly, most of the time, if I don't have a reference, it's one of those things. I'm like, oh, well, what should I paint then? What should my painting be about? You know what? That's actually a good height. This height should be right about here. This should pop up a little bit. This is an old painting, an old, let's see what happens if I bring this down. That's gonna block it. What if I rotate it just a little bit? Rotate it. Push my paints around a little bit. Let's do this. Rotate it. But that's obviously not something that should stop anyone from painting, right? The idea that you don't have a reference image. That should never stop anybody. I don't like this little shadow right there, but it's gonna have to do. Alright, what should we paint tonight? Let's just do some action painting.
Streaming?
Yeah,
Oh, because I heard you talking. I didn't know you were talking.
talking to the cats. I'm teaching them how to paint.
Okay, when can I get that table?
Never.
No, I need to put a lamp on it so we got some light in the living room.
Take it then.
Right now?
Well, as long as you can safely move my laptop.
Oh, I can do that. I thought you were just borrowing it.
I was hoping I could use it permanently.
Forever? No.
I need.
Just get a junky old table.
I will. I will.
Okay.
I quit anyway. Can't fire me. I quit.
Okay. Good. Painting? No.
No, I'm not finished painting. I quit. Don't fire me is what I'm saying.
What do you want?
Alright, just go put it in the bedroom, please. Hey, what's up? Cameron B, thank you. Cool, I appreciate you. Alright, let's see. What should we do on this? Let's start with some black.
Are you kitties?
Let's start with some black here.
Clothes are in the way.
This is a painting I made like over a year ago. I just need to paint. Jet Fitness has something to say. What are you saying, Jet Fitness? What are you talking about? Cameron B, cool art. Jet Fitness wants to say weird stuff. Weirdo alert, Jet Fitness. So I've been working, I had this piece come out last year, and I don't know, I just had time today. I don't have my reference photos for another painting that I want to do. So I've decided that I'm going to do this. Leave it open, because I need the air to ventilate. Get some air ventilation in this room. Yo,
Listen to you.
Omizu Rotato.
Oh, look at this. Children's books.
Huh?
Children's books.
I already went through that box. That's to learn Chinese.
Oh, okay.
Chinese learning. What's to learn Chinese? How do you paint when you don't have references? Like, I almost forgot. What's up, Omizu?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Cat says hi. How are you? Kathleen says it's been a long time. Grab some more of this. Got a very rough brown go, rough black. It's so interesting painting on something that's already been painted on. And you know what? This light reflects off this. It makes it very difficult to see. I wonder if the lighting's ever going to get better with this. I just kind of got to find a good angle. Bro, Jet Fitness is so angry about something. Why is Jet Fitness here? Keep up the good work. XPW. Why? You like this painting? If you like this painting, why don't you buy it? Buy it straight from this
please,
channel.
Somebody buy some.
Please. Cat says someone needs to buy my paintings.
Bye.
Bye bye. XBW says, that's a problem, XBW. Let's all solve XBW's broke problem. You know, one of my mentors used to say that broke is a mentality. Being broke is a mentality. People will always find the things for the thing, find the time to afford the things they love. If you're happy, you're not broke. If you're unhappy, then you're probably just need a change of mindset. What if mindset was the simple solution to all of life's woes? Just a mindset. Like you can lose everything you ever had, but as long as you have the right mindset, you could have it all back, right? Or is that just like motivational BS? What does everybody think? What am I doing? I'm just painting this black. I don't know where this is gonna go. Cat's broken. How Jet Fitness, are you still here? Does nobody else let you troll in their rooms? Is that why you're in this one? Does nobody else like let you just? Do you get like banned instantly everywhere else? You know, I don't mind the trolling, but I just don't want to be associated with trolls like yourself. You know, like if someone else comes in here and, you know, if you troll me, that's fine. But like if other people come in here and you start trolling them, it's like, oh, like now I'm associated with Jet Fitness somehow, who's a weirdo. And it makes me wonder, like, you know, someone who spends a lot of their time trolling on the internet, is it like, would you want to be associated with them in real life? Like if you happen to know that your friend was like a professional, like you just found out that your friend was like a professional internet troll, would you still want to be friends with them? Like if you found out that a good friend of yours was like, would go into people's YouTube channels and just like say weird random stuff, like would you like start to distance yourself? I would. I'd be like, okay, he's kind of weird. And I'm not even talking about like YouTube pranks or anything. You know, that's something different because they're making content, right? But although I'm not a big fan of YouTube pranks, but you get what I'm saying, right? You get where I'm going with this. Is this a shirtless painting stream? No, I got a shirt on. I think I have to lower this though because the light reflection is something about this light's reflection. It's just not. How's the light reflection there? Who's Matthew McConaughey? So Omizu's got a great abstract painting page now. It seems like Omizu has done something has happened to Omizu recently that made Omizu like suddenly start doing wild and interesting painting live streams. Whatever that room is, I don't know, but something has shifted in the way Omizu makes artwork. And I'm not sharing my judgment of it as much as it is just noticing and recognizing the shift in dynamic here. What does this look? Does this look like anything to anybody? Probably not, huh? That's one thing. Old school Dave. You know, this is one thing I don't like about abstract painting. The one thing I don't like about abstract painting is like how fast I can get through a painting. Like I love abstract painting in the sense of I can just like do whatever, right? I can just do this and it's so great just to pop in. Where's Bob Ross? Where's Bob Ross? Where is he? He is resting. He's probably in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, right down the street in Hollywood, in Los Angeles. That's probably where he's resting. Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. If I had Alexa, I would ask her right now, but my Alexa's disconnected. I wonder what cemetery Bob Ross is at. I should go find it. But I love abstract painting because, you know, abstract painting is really just like freeing, you know? It's like, when was the last time anybody just sat around and just painted for the heck of it, just for the heck of it? Pretty much no adult does that because what adult has that kind of time, right? I'd rather be watching TV. Adults would rather watch TV, doom scroll on YouTube, read a self-help book, become the CEO of their company. Like, that's what adults like to do. No like adult that's not streaming would do this, right? This is too fun. This is too childish. Painting's for kids. Painting isn't for adults. It's for people that never want to grow old like Peter Pan. Kidding. I'm referencing the Picasso quote. It took me 5 years to paint like Raphael, but it took me a lifetime to paint like a child. Or said something like that. So you thought this channel was about I'm getting a lot of trolls today. This is awesome. All right, welcome trolls. I just want to let you know that the troll leader of this live stream is Omizu. So, you know, the trolliors. Lots of trolls. William Rebels. I should stream at this time more often on a Monday night. What time is this? Let's see. The leader of the trolls is Omizu. He is the designated king of trolls of this channel. So if anybody wants to take that title from him, you have to battle him. Battle him. Battle him. Alright, let's grab... Let's see how this red starts to look. Let's grab some of this red here. Nice deep red. I'm just going to start to blend this in here. This red just looks amazing. But speaking of coming out, do you want to come out? The Warrior, do you want to come out? Do you want to come out to play? I definitely feel like, I can't remember, but at one time long ago, someone said they were coming out on my stream. I don't know if that's true, but that's cool. I guess if you're gonna come out, internet's probably like the safest place. No pressure, like no, it's like, yeah, there you go. The internet is a great place to be out. Come out, everybody. Who needs to come out? Everybody is welcome to come out here. All right, let's flip this. Do a little flip. Omizu has been doing some badass abstract art, by the way, people. If you want to go see a really great live stream featuring really good abstracted art, I mean, watch Omizu for inspiration, because he's doing some interesting stuff. He's got an entire wall just committed to abstracting. The abstracted wall. All right, let's paint this red. Paint this across. Pizza Bandit. Yo, Dave. Hey, Dave, how you doing? What's the Pizza Bandit? Can you fill me in on this Pizza Bandit idea that you have going on? What's this? Is there a context here that I'm unfamiliar with? Black and red are just such powerful colors. I love the color combo, black and red. What a great color combination here. That's my question on Omizu's next stream is, Omizu, what has prompted this shift in your painting style? I haven't been active as much on YouTube or even social media in general because I've been moving, as some of you might know. And I'm painting out of my new studio in case you can't tell. You can tell, right? Like the whole entire vibe of this room is totally different. Rather than, even the colors, right? Color used to be like this dim yellow from my previous lighting system. But now it's like it's a little too bright over here up in these corners. Pizza Bandit calls Domino's and sends the pizza guy there a few times a week. COD shit. I mean, I still got Abex game on lock. AbX? Abstract expression. Ah, okay. Well, thanks, man. It's going. Something. Got something going on, right? I really like this color combo a lot. It's doing a good job. That's one thing about color is sometimes you don't even need to do anything. You just gotta bring the colors together. That is your job as the painter sometimes, right? Just bring colors together. That's it. What emotion? What emotion is everybody getting out of this? What feelings? Is anybody getting a feeling? I'm not getting any feelings. All right, let's clean this brush off. Is that thick black paint or is that just raised black paint? There aren't that many trolls left in the room. It seems that they aren't willing to attempt to take Omizu's King of the Hill. No one wants to battle Omizu for the crown. I should make an actual troll crown. Moving in here, we did have a broken... Just yesterday, we did have a broken smoke detector. We did. I had to fix it. But fortunately, this one's not permanently broken, hopefully. We'll find out in a couple of days if it is, but for now, it seems to be okay. So we got this... How do I adjust this light? This light is just so blinding on this surface here. Let's see, turn it? Does that help? No, it just puts it in a different section. Maybe turn it some more? Oh yeah, that's a little better. Okay, alright, that's a little better. Skyla has subscribed. Skyla. If you subscribe me and let me know you subscribe, I will say your profile name. Looks like two stink bugs fighting. Ooh, Yakosher. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know what you think this looks like. That's awesome. That is great to let me know that, because now I know what feelings I'm evoking here. Skyla has subscribed. Now, let's see. Who has someone sent a message that's held for review? Who's being inappropriate? Oh, Skyla's being okay. That's not inappropriate. Why did that get hidden? Show that message. All right, Skyla. What a great name, Skyla. Skyla is here, and she or he, they have subscribed. There we go. Thank you. Subscribe if you want future painting videos and possible giveaways. And not all my paintings are abstract. Honestly, I think abstract, if you ever decide to try to paint something on YouTube and you want to get really famous for it on YouTube, abstract is really not the way to go. You want to do something figurative, like realism, because everyone likes to see realism, or anime. Either realism or some form of anime. Unless you do a really crazy type of abstraction that people is kind of cool, like painting abstract while jumping out of a plane. If that's your shtick, then abstract might be cool. Like a Red Bull, should do some shtick with an artist that is jumping out of a plane, and they make a painting while jumping out of a plane or something. That'd be cool. I wonder how Rothko got his really brushed areas. I really love Rothko's Is this the effect? Is this how we got it? You like coloring? Well, that's great. That's what I do, is I color. I just do lots and lots of coloring. Lots and lots of painting. Painting, coloring. What do you color? What do you like to color? Now, sure sees Santa. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, okay, sure sees Santa. I can see that. I can see how this might be interpreted as a Santa. So yesterday, I don't know if any of you were here for the intro of this stream, but I was talking about how yesterday I was painting. I kept telling myself, I'm gonna paint, but I couldn't find the charger to my laptop, so I didn't paint. It's a horrible excuse to not paint, because I didn't want to. I had a painting that needed a reference, and I was scared to paint without a reference. Why would I be scared to paint without a reference, right? Because I can't make something to impress people. You can't stream and paint just for the joy of painting. You have to make something that people understand. That was so I did a show recently. I went to I was at an art walk, and I had my own booth. And one of the comments that I got, one of the common comments was, "Oh, this is abstract, not my cup of tea." Things like that. Didn't hurt or anything. I wasn't upset, but it was just really interesting. You think about, it really does take a art crowd, certain people who really love abstraction to actually want it, to actually be curious about it. The art fair. Ooh, the art fair was fun. Art fair was fun. I'm not going to reveal my sales info, but it was a great event. I liked it. It was interesting. I think the biggest challenge with that. So I actually brought all of my art because I wanted to, because I was in the process of moving, so I wanted to bring all my art to one location and then bring it to the final location, which is this apartment. So I brought all that, and then, you know, I had like a pile of the art. Of like my early works. And, you know, it's one of those things where you really think about, you know, who would be the ideal person that would actually like buy these early works? Because I'm not a fan. I'm personally not a fan of my early works as far as like, you know, how they've, you know, because they're like little rectangles and, you know, very experimental. And I'm not exactly the biggest fan of my early work. I love all my work, but my early work is all very experimental. And I'm like, who would actually buy that? You know, it's got to be somebody who's very, just a collector. And then it's like you gotta build the. You want me to hold a pole? The OnlyFans twerker. We'll have to save that story for another time, Dave. As you noticed, there was no OnlyFans twerker on the video. Yeah, sometimes you don't sell. Why should? Who should you draw next, Skyla? Is that? Oh yeah, okay. Let me do a poll for Skyla. Let's see. No, we're gonna do a Q&A. What should Skyla draw next? What should Skyla draw? Hold on, I gotta type this in. Should Skyla draw? We're gonna give a poll just for Skyla for being a brand new subscriber today. What should Skyla draw? Start Q&A. What should Skyla draw? There you go. You can, anybody who wants to can pop in and answer that question. Vaz. What's up, Vaz? You know, I'm not actually a fan of this white here. White kind of like is overpowering everything. This white is overpowering everything. What should we do? Let's give it a nice flip. Maybe the flip will give us a new perspective on what to do here. Let's see, rotate this. Oh, hey Kat, what'd you do with those sponges?
What, the white ones?
No, the yellow sponges.
Oh, if anything kitchen related is under the sink, if it's for cleaning something.
No, but you were out here, and you said, "Oh, look, a sponge, a real sponge."
Oh, I put it in your room.
What?
I put it in your room. Your studio. I have to intrude it.
Well, I see one.
That was all there was. I said, oh, a real sponge. That's all there was.
Okay, fair enough.
Were there more?
Yeah, it's like a bunch of them.
I didn't see a bunch
A
of
big
them.
pack of them. All right. Well, we got a sponge, and we're gonna work with this. All right. So anybody can answer the poll. I don't know how to actually work this pole though. No, that's a goal. How do I end this pole? I have no clue. All right, we're gonna end the poll in a few minutes, but we're gonna let people jump in and share their ideas here. We're gonna use this sponge right here. Let's dip it into our green. I think green's a good color. Black, white, and green.
Please, very much please. No, please, allowed. No, please, allowed.
I still don't have my laptop, so hopefully I get my charger tomorrow. I had to buy a new charger. So hopefully by tomorrow I can actually get back on some more serious paint work. I don't really like sponge effects. I'm not a big fan of them. Alright, well let's see. What should I draw next? Let's end this poll here. Oh, I can't actually see the answers of the poll. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see all the answers, but it's all good, right? You don't actually need to answer the poll to answer the question. You can just type them in right here. I can't even see where your avatar is. These things are too small. Let me see what's on here. Can't even see. Just looks like an angel, like a little angel doll. Alright, this sponge is not working. Let's try to find. So I have this 4-inch brush. Kind of looks cool. I like it. Who thinks that actually looks better? I don't know. Well, there's no more poll anymore, so you don't need to see it. There's no longer a poll. What is this? A mess. Galaxy trash. Create a face looking down. Looks like I have a mouth partly on the right. Create a face looking down? What you mean? What do you mean by that? Honestly, sometimes I think I would get better effects if I just work with acrylic. Because with acrylic, everything dries so fast, so you never have to worry about like, you know, these colors kind of mixing together. You get all these different effects and textures and everything. Is Dondrell here? I don't see Dondrell. I don't see the post. It must be missing. Why? YouTube, why are you not showing me Dondrell's posts, huh? MIP, most important person, Dondrell. Oh, there he is. Alright, there we go. Finally, you can see Dondrell's words. Did Omizu somehow know Dondrell was just in here? What is this secret society you got going on? Omizu knows things before I do. What do I do with this? I had something going and I smeared it. Yeah, you know, I just didn't like it. I didn't like what was going on, so I just smeared it. Let's see, what do we do? Yeah, I'd like to know if Mark Rothko, like if Mark Rothko just suddenly came up with the idea for all of his paintings. Omizu probably knows the answer to this question. Did Mark Rothko suddenly just come up with his idea for his style? Or did he actually, I mean, I don't know. I don't know Mark Rothko's work other than Mark Rothko's work. I don't know any of his other early works or like how he came to his conclusion of brilliance. How did Mark Rothko come up with Mark Rothko? Did I finish fasting? So you know, Omizu or Dondrell, I gave in. I didn't fast. I didn't do the full fast. Yeah, I went long enough to pretty much go crazy. I could, my mind was literally. I mean, I definitely think there was a physical, whatever impact, but I just didn't want to. I felt like I had to listen to my body, After I lasted about 46, maybe 47 hours, and I just felt like I had to finally listen to my body and be like, yo, dude, you need to eat. My mind was telling me to eat, so I had to listen. But I don't know exactly. I might have even gone 49 hours. So I just don't remember exactly the time that I stopped eating the night before. And I could have gone 49, I could have gone 47. I usually, I usually assume I don't want to say assume the worst, but what I'm trying to say is like try to make it harder on myself, I guess. So I added an hour to what I thought was my initial eating time. So I think I actually finished dinner around 7 the night before, like 6:30, but I just said like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. So that's where I'm getting my number from. I might have actually hit 49 hours, but I always uh, err on the side of if I didn't track it specifically, I always err on the side of not totally doing it. give myself give myself a little more challenge or whatever. What are we doing here? What am I doing with this painting? I think this painting actually looks better than it did before, but it's still, I don't get it. I don't get my own painting. What to do with it? What to do. Yeah, you're right. I'm literally just moving paint around. I probably got to start investing in acrylic paints, but holy crap, I've got so much. I've got so much, so many oils. Let's stop moving paint around and let's just start putting some details here. Maybe that's. I mean, Don Drell's very right on that. All I'm doing is moving paint around. It's like, what am I really expecting from this, right? This is one of those situations where it's like, you keep repeating the same things over and over, expecting to get a different result. Which I guess I'm not really expecting a different result. But if I keep repeating the same thing over and over, which is constantly doing this type of work with oil, I'm kind of keep getting these brushed effects that doesn't really capture. This isn't really how you use oil, right? This isn't how oil is meant to be painted. But why not? red line brush. But hey, let's see where this evolves. You never know. You never know where this can evolve. There's still some hope. You know, it's not going to be. We're not going to have that nice crisp feel. Am I expecting different results? I'm not expecting different results. It's also a little harder to see when you're on the camera. Trying to adjust the lighting here. You know, but the teasing's great, dude. Like, it helps. It helps get it, because in my head I'm pretty much teasing myself anyway, right? But to hear it externally, it pulls you out of your own head and to explore new ideas from the outside. So let's see how this comes. I'm gonna go, what if we start to brush our white into this section here? Oh, thank you. This will definitely be another paint over. Paint that. There we go. Honestly, I think you're onto something. There we go. Alright, let's just go on with white. We're gonna come around. We're gonna outline this. Kat, what time is it? 8? We did wake up pretty early. What? I said we did wake up pretty early. Huh? Yo, Adandra, how's things on Venice, dude? How are things on Venice? What's going on? What's going on with your practice? I haven't seen. I'm sure you're still updating, but like whenever I jump on my YouTube, I usually expect like to see specific people, but I haven't been seeing as much lately. It's actually like very much newer artists now. Here's the funny thing. This is the thing that's on my mind and why this is just not working is on my mind. I'm like, let me just keep brushing new colors and see what happens. But deep down, like I know the truth is that with oil paint, all it is just gonna keep mixing the colors. It's not actually going to do something the way acrylic might work, right? Like acrylic is going to allow you to lay on top and get like effects and really create like different brushed effects. You're not going to get that with oil. And I keep painting as if that might change, but it doesn't. But also, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like hoping that some sort of like revelation will come from me just doing this over and over. Which, will it? I don't know. Will some revelation come? What revelation am I looking for? You can't have a revelation if you don't know what you're looking for, right? Because you don't know what needs to be revealed. It's making something interesting, Speaking of which, Omizu was asking about the art show. I'm actually in another art show. I'm actually in an art show right now in the city of Santa Clarita. But Omizu was asking about my art booth. And one of my most popular paintings was abstract. It was literally just, give you one of my secrets here. It was my painting. Where is it? I don't even know where it's at. I can't show it right now. But it was just totally done with palette knife. There's a palette knife painting. Alright, let's stop using this brush. This has chilled quite a bit. Omizu's got a 30-second vid? What you mean? What you mean, Omizu? What 30-second video? Alright, so what do we got here? Let's see, what can we play with? Let's add some more of this cadmium red. This is the deep hue, so it's not like a really brilliant fine red anyway. So we're just going to use up our Winton oil color here. You know what I just noticed about Winton, Winsor Newton Winton, is it's called oil color, not oil paint, which is interesting. I wonder if that's like a technical thing, right? Because it's a hue. It's a hue of red. It's not an actual. It's not a. It is a hue of red. What am I seeing here? What's that?
Looking at these old pictures. Forgotten about a lot of things.
It's what?
In the pictures, I've forgotten about some of the things. I don't know who half these people are.
Hey, take care, Skylar. Thanks for being around. Thanks for jumping in. You're gonna draw yourself, all right. What else is on my mind? You mean as far as painting goes? What else is on my mind? What's on my mind right now is like, now that I've got this, I'm thinking, what can I do with it? What can I do? How can I find something interesting? Some interesting forms in this painting. That's what's on my mind right now. Thinking, what can I do to not necessarily have to give up on this painting and wait for it to dry? So again, I'm falling into this trap of like, I know that all I'm doing is just blending more colors and making this paint. As Don Drew has pointed out multiple times, nothing's going to change. For some reason, I'm doing it thinking it's going to change. But you never know. It could. If I add enough paint, I feel like, I don't know. Am I just repeating mistakes? Am I just repeating the same thing? Am I insane? Right? They say insanity is repeating the same thing over and over, expecting to get a different result. But also, I'm not really actually repeating the same thing over and over. I'm adding much denser reds here. I am actually adding some more dense reds. You know, I always say, like, when in doubt, just try to make something look like an eye or a face. But I feel like that's like a cop out, you know, like just painting an eye. Like I'm, you know, if I paint an eye here, it's like a cop out for like making something look familiar. Instead of just leaving the truth of this painting. The truth of this painting would be that it's, you know, it is what it is. It's a, call it a mess, you can call it whatever. See a pony? That's good.
shedding everywhere. I wonder if it's stress.
They got pink eye. It's a pony. Those are the favorite colors of Philip Guston. These are the favorite colors of Philip Guston. This gray and red. Philippe Guston. Philippe Guston. Ah, God. Got cat eye, cat hair, all up in my face.
They're shedding everywhere.
Got cat hair all up in my face. See, every artist needs a. Does Kat have a YouTube channel? No, she used to have a. Kat used to have a.
I still have it.
She does have a YouTube channel. She interviews inspirational women. Inspirational women, fempowerment. Inspirational women of daily life or something like that.
They were mostly artists, writers, filmmakers, actors. This is nice. Oh my god, I can't believe I have pictures.
Maybe this is where the beauty of oil paint really comes in. It's not the mushing of all the colors together, it's the actual building up of colors against one another to create various effects. Ah, there we go. This is why we do crazy, wacky stuff like this. So that we can realize the things that we already knew. I can't really see this, huh? This lighting. What do we do about this lighting? The lighting is what it is. Looks like a goose. It's starting to look like a goose. Cookie, what are you doing in here? Think she's bored?
Probably.
Gotta get her that running treadmill thing.
Yeah, we could get it.
Are we gonna see more political satire videos? I don't know, maybe. I had another one in mind, but I had another satire video in mind, but I don't know.
Tail, baby. Do you check your tail side? What do you say? Mine? Is that where all the lamps are reflected? Is it you?
That's the secret to this style of oil painting. You gotta create some separation between the sections here. I don't actually know if this is how Goose's face is shaped. Why is it? It's got tears. This goose has tears. We need to get rid of this goose's tears. What does a goose have to be sad about? Nothing. I put these like little green lines just to have them, but they don't actually do anything. I don't think they contribute to the overall feeling of the mood here. Is it a human or a goose? How can I make it? I'm trying to think of how I can make it like confusing. People are like, is it a goose or is it a human being? This is where Picasso would come in handy. What would Picasso do? I know what Picasso would do. He would have had like a great plan, just a brilliant color scheme and a plan right from the get-go, probably. I mean, I'm not saying he wouldn't have improvised at all. I'm sure Picasso would have done some level of improvisation, but he would have been like, okay, I've got this person in my mind, and I want to paint them, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my skills of observation to do this cubist painting that I invented. I'm speaking from the perspective of Picasso with the eye. He wouldn't have been like, you know what, let me just take oil paint and mush it all around and hope to try to create something interesting, because that would absolutely not lead to anything interesting. And then, let me turn a goose into a human face or anything like that. I don't think he would have said that. He would have been much more like specific, is my guess. Do a Picasso impression? What do you mean? I don't even know what Picasso sounded like. Does he have any recordings of him talking? I have no clue what Picasso even sounds like. He speaks Spanish, right? Cat, what time is it?
8:42.
8:42. All right, I'm gonna work on this painting for a little longer. I don't even know what I'm working on at this point. I'm just kind of messing around, so probably gonna do this a little longer, and we'll see what comes of it. Do a Picasso impression. Do a Picasso impression. The problem is there's so much paint on here that it's just creating this like muddy, horribly muddy texture that just fits on the brush. Do a spear here. Everyone likes pointed objects, right? Just a little actually, no, let's build a house. Let's paint a house here. Why is there a house here? House of what? House of sticks. Pointed object, that's a house. This is why I love these brushes. These are, what are these brushes called again? Oh yeah, Princeton & Co. These are Princeton & Co. brushes. What, Princeton & Co., what am I saying? These are Princeton brushes. I forget the name of Catalyst. Princeton Catalyst brushes. These are Princeton Catalyst brushes. And what I love about them is they're very heavy duty. They're made out of this, what are they called? Synthetic fiber. So you get these like really good brushes that are very sturdy. So if you decide to like paint really rough, or like, some brushes are really delicate, you gotta be gentle with them. like this brush is really delicate and gentle, and you know, if you don't treat it right, you're gonna ruin it. But this brush, you could be as rough with it as you want, and you're not gonna have too many issues. It's the house. Here's another problem that I'm having is I'm being too lazy. I'm too lazy to get some more paint. I'm too lazy to put some more black on my canvas. Which I should just do that. I should just put some more black on my canvas. Let's go like this. Scott, what you looking at, buddy? Buddy? Think I should get my Alexa set up later using Cat like she's one. Yeah, I am seeking out answers from Cat more than I should be.
For me?
They said I'm using you like Alexa. I should set it up.
It's true. You ask me everything that you ask Alexa. What time is it? Where is this? How do you spell this?
Yeah, I'm almost hopeless without like AI at this point.
You're live,
I'm helpless without AI. I need AI to function.
I'd like that I could have Siri dial my phone calls and text messages while I'm driving.
I mean, I think this has some interesting qualities. I just don't know what they are. I want to know how to describe them. Scout, what the heck you doing? What you seeing out there, bud? What's out there? Huh? Well? All right. Let's throw some buildings. We need some buildings here. Here's the problem: is I don't want to go into this. Savannah says they have a boyfriend. Fantastic, amazing. Congratulations, Savannah. Congratulations for having a boyfriend. Like, here's the thing, is I don't want this to go into this realm of like painting things that are too recognizable. I don't want to go into that realm. Except for the eye. The central eye, I think, is enough to help us like build something on top, build something out of it. How about we go in here? And Chris's Zone, Jackbox. Louisa asked me if I'm scared to go to that place. What do you mean scared to go to that place? What place are you talking? Are you talking about the place of making semi-realism, or not even realism, but just like trying to paint something familiar? Or do you mean like, or are you like talking about something else that I don't know the context of what you're trying to say? Am I afraid to go to that place? I don't know what place you're talking about. What place? What place have I mentioned that I'm afraid to go to? I don't know. I just don't want to go to. I don't want to paint something familiar. That place deep in my mind. I don't know. I don't know where that place is. If I knew where that place was I would totally go there. Ugh. I would make an effort to reach in and pull it out. Scout, what you doing, bro? What you doing, Mr. Scout? Why are you running away? You got nothing to run from. Nothing to run from. Nobody's in the run. All right, where's the place deep in my mind? Let me meditate on this for a moment. I'm just gonna sit in silence with my eyes closed, with this brush in my hand. Nope, I'm getting something totally different. Totally different. What's up, Fern? Hey, little girl. Little kitty girl. Oh, I'm blocking. I'm blocking. Cat.
Yeah.
Should have been in here a moment ago. Fern and Scout, their bodies were touching and they were staring out the door here.
Oh, cute.
It was very adorable.
You're just hanging out like that?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Let's see what I gotta do with some mineral spirits. Mineral spirits always does something. When in doubt, use mineral spirits. When in doubt, use mineral spirits to get an effect. It's always gonna create some sort of mood. Mineral spirits will always create a mood. There'll always be a mood. And got that. Let's clean off the brush again. Let's grab some of this red here. Mineral spirit it up.
Hey.
And you know what? You know what? I think I know what what I'm gonna name this painting. This painting is gonna be named. The title of it is gonna be "The House That Amanda Built." Why is it named with somebody named Amanda? I don't know. It's just that's what it needs to be. This painting will be titled "The House That Amanda Built." What your kitty's talking about, huh?
Hey.
Talking about something. All right. Well, we're done with this painting. We are done with painting for tonight. Painting that reference. Painting spontaneously with no preconceived idea. I love that idea, but it's like super challenging. And here's what's challenging about it. Totally going into this with no idea and just like making a mess on the canvas is, especially if you're streaming, if you're streaming, what you're gonna get is people jumping around and be like, hey, that's trash. Like, what are you doing? This guy's weird. This guy doesn't make art. My 10-year-old could do that. And you have like all these kinds of thoughts probably. But it's scary because it's like, as an adult, you always feel like you have to have a purpose for something. You always feel like there has to be an organization, a method, a system. Things have to make sense, and especially if they start to like look ugly, as in all these, me working with this, all the colors just mush together. Once that starts to happen as an adult, you're just like, oh no, this is horrible. This is gonna look so bad. So I think that's whatever. Those are my thoughts. That's my journal for the day. Dear diary, please accept this entry. And I don't know, where do we go from here? We'll find out. We'll leave that for another day. But the house that Amanda built, that's the name of this painting. Omizu likes it. Great. Great, fantastic, awesome. All right, let's get the cats out of here. Let's get some ventilation.
Get lightheaded?
Huh? No, I'm not lightheaded. Let's get done with painting. Pookie, come on. Pookie, what are you doing? All right, everyone. We're done. We're in. Christopher likes it. All right, there we go. That's all we need. It's Christopher and Omizu to like these paintings. So we are finished for the night. I'm actually pretty sore today. Did a lot. Did a lot today. And this is the house that Amanda built. I'm gonna have to look up who. I can't put in obvious people. I don't think that's acceptable. I can't do that without getting in trouble. We'll see. If old school Dave becomes a paid subscriber to me today, I will consider leaving that last name in. I can't promise, but I will consider it. If in the next 45 seconds old school Dave becomes a paid subscriber to this channel, a paid member of the channel, not just a subscriber, I will consider putting that as a title on my Instagram. But not. No, I can't promise that. I don't even know who she is, so I can't put something specific. Can't do it just because old school Dave. But still, if old school Dave becomes a member in the next 10 seconds, I will be very happy anyway. Really awesome piece. What was the inspiration? Wow, Christopher. Christopher. Wow, what was the inspiration? You know what? I really just wanted to do. I wanted to create something that this is a really tough question. That's the other challenge with painting totally spontaneously and having no preconceived notion is because like you don't really have an inspiration. You're just kind of going into it. So you don't really have like the story to tell. Be like, oh well, my cat ate my steak off the table, and I was really upset, and it made me cry. And this is the piece that came about, right? Like it was. There's no. The inspiration kind of just came spontaneously, bit by bit, bit by bit, just working it over the course of almost 2 hours. It almost took me 2 hours to make this. Can you believe that? I don't know. But hey, Christopher, it seems that you're fairly new. But I want to say thank you for jumping in at this last moment. And, I am wrapping up for the night for this piece. Hopefully, I get my laptop tomorrow so I get back into some more, not serious. This is serious, but like, some more figurative work. Because it's easy to get lost in figurative work. When you have figurative work, you're like, you know exactly what to do. You know your purpose. You know your method. You know what you got to do. You know the shapes and the colors and everything. But when you do like non-figurative work like this, it's like there's no guidance. There's no system. There's no person to tell you if you're doing it right or wrong. No more imaginative painting. I might do some more imaginative painting, just not tonight. But for now, this isn't even imaginative, honestly. It's just randomly generated. But I bet an AI can't make this. First, because no one would ever be able to generate a spontaneous creation like that. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't want to jinx myself. I don't think AI can make this. But please stop using cat as an Alexa. All right, Dave. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Good night. Have a good one. Take care.